broadcasting, and this time, even if you don't see yourself, just don't hit stop broadcasting. Just keep going. All right, you're live.
Okay, thanks. Hi, everyone. Sorry for the delay. I know I'm 5 minutes late. We had some technical issues there, so thanks for staying with us. Today I'm going to speak to you about Rowan University. My name is Melinda Ballingy, and I am the undergraduate international admissions counselor, and I will help you step by step through the admissions process if you decide to apply. So today I'm going to give you an overview of the application requirements and the process, how it works, and we'll also talk about our majors and the scholarships that we offer. Let's begin. Okay, why Rowan? We're going to give you lots of reasons during this presentation. Let's start with our location. Our main campus is located here in historic Glassboro, New Jersey. It is a beautiful 200-acre wooded campus. It's 20 minutes from Philadelphia, 45 minutes from the beach, the famous New Jersey Shore, and we are halfway between New York City and Washington, D.C. So it's a great location where you can jump on a bus, a train, in a car, and you can get to another major international city within an hour and a half. Our school profile. We are a public university. That means we're a state school. We're also a designated research institution. We're about a medium-sized school, not too big, not too small, just the right size for you to learn your way around and make friends easily. We do have 3 campuses. However, our international students tend to be here at the main campus because that's where our housing is. We have a campus in Glassboro, as I mentioned, and then Camden and Stratford. We have 2 medical schools, Cooper Medical School and School of Osteopathic Medicine. And we also have a partnership with our community college, which is called Rowan College. It's our community college of Gloucester County. And we are accredited by Middle States. We have 87 bachelor's degree programs, 68 master's, and 2 doctorate programs. This presentation is geared towards folks who are interested in our undergraduate degree programs. I want to make that clear. If you are interested in our graduate programs, then please visit our website at rowan.edu and take a look at our graduate programs through the website. Here's some of our partnerships. Okay, our enrollment profile. So we're about 15,000 students, and for undergraduate we have about 12,000. The remainder are our graduate students. We have about 100 international students, and our top sending countries for international are India, China, Saudi Arabia, Vietnam, Nigeria, and Ghana. A little information about our school rankings. We know international students want to know this information, their parents want to know this information, and it helps you to make a decision. With U.S. News and World Reports, they ranked us 18th for Northern Regional Universities, and we were ranked 3rd among the public school category. So what that means is in the Northeast, which is where we are located in the United States, we were ranked 3rd for all public schools. For U.S. News and World Report for our engineering program, we were ranked nationally 32nd. And for chemical engineering, our program is ranked 3rd. Forbes mentioned us in their annual listing as one of our best colleges in the country. And Princeton Review mentioned us in Best Northeastern Colleges. They also recognized our College of Business in its list of best business schools for the United States. And general admissions info, we like freshmen for fall applications to apply by May 1. Transfer students, please apply no later than June 1. And for spring, we like everyone to get their applications in by November 1st. Our grade point average for freshmen, we list a 3.0, but if you have a good application, we will consider you if you have a 2.5 or higher, depending on the major you choose. For transfer students, it's a 2.0 or higher for most programs, and for our TOEFL and IELTS requirements, it's a 79 for the TOEFL and a 6.0 for the IELTS. For the traditional freshman applicant, here's what's required for an undergraduate program. We're going to need you to fill out the common application, and with that is a fee and an essay, a teacher recommendation letter, and common application is available on the Rowan website should you need the link. For your transcript, you're going to send us your transcript directly if you have a U.S. high school transcript or your school is U.S. accredited. But if not, all other foreign institutions that do not have U.S. accreditation, they're going to need to have their transcripts evaluated by foreign credential evaluation agencies that have been approved by Rowan. So we're going to talk about that in a moment, and I'll explain to you how that works. For standardized test scores, you would submit the TOEFL or the IELTS or the SAT or the ACT. The way it works is if you have a TOEFL, English should not be your first or native language. If it is your first or native language, then you're going to submit the SAT. Okay, we are a very unique institution in that we offer a pathway program. That is a bridge program. This is for undergraduate freshmen only. If you're interested in applying as a freshman, but you do not meet our TOEFL IELTS requirements, the 79 and the 6.0, then we can do a special admissions through Pathways. This is a one-year program. It combines academic English courses and credit-bearing general education courses towards your degree. So you have a split schedule during your first year. You have your English support classes in the morning, and you have your carefully selected academic courses towards your degree for credit in the afternoon. And there's no special application needed. You're admitted fully to the university, and you get an admissions letter from Rowan and a degree-seeking I20. Your TOEFL score needs to fall in a certain range. It needs to be 65 to 78, which is slightly below traditional admission, which is 79. Same with IELTS. Our traditional admission is 6.0, so your range would be 5.0 to 5.5. And then you would submit all undergraduate requirements previously mentioned on the last slide. For international transfer applicants, if you have 12 credits or more, we consider you a transfer student. We'd like you to visit our website, rowan.edu, and please apply in our application for transfers is listed right there. There's a fee. And then if you have a U.S. university transcript or, again, a school that's U.S. accredited, you can send us the transcript directly. But if not, then we need your foreign credential evaluation. WES is a company commonly used. For your standardized test scores, if English is not your first or native language, then please submit TOEFL or IELTS. And if you've gone to a U.S. institution for a community college or another university, if you have English Composition 1 and 2, then I will waive your TOEFL IELTS requirement if you're not an English speaker. I want to talk to you a little bit more about the WES and how that works. WES is the primary company that we use, but we also use a company called Joseph Stilney, and we use a company called ECE, Educational Credential Evaluators. And all three companies have you or your school send official transcripts to them, and you also have to include a translation. They do the evaluation report, and then they send it electronically back to Rowan, and then Rowan can, from that point, make an admissions decision and make a scholarship decision based on the grade point average that they listed, the GPA. So this information is also helpful, especially for transfer students, because they need to get credit to have their classes transfer back in to Rowan so they don't repeat coursework. And we are asking transfer students to select the course-by-course evaluation option. And for freshman high school students, they're just selecting document by document. Okay, let's move on now that you have that information about credential evaluations. The I20 application. We ask that you submit I20 application materials through our International Center, and they will help you with all your immigration-related needs to obtain your I20 and to obtain your visa. So it's a two-part process. Part one is working with me in undergraduate admissions, and I receive all your admissions documents and make the decision and issue a scholarship. Then things move over to the International Center, and you submit a separate application, the I20 application. It's available on our website. And then financial evidence, a copy of the passport, and a copy of your acceptance letter, which we issued. And that way they can mail you an official I-20, and you can take it to the U.S. Embassy to apply for an F1 student visa. Okay, so here is a list of our 12 academic colleges and schools. We have a College of Business, a College of Communication and Creative Arts, College of Education, College of Engineering, College of Health Sciences, Humanities and Social Sciences, Performing Arts, Science and Mathematics, Biomedical Science and Health Professions, Cooper Medical School of Rowan, our Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, and then our Osteopathic Medicine. So lots to choose from. I'm not going to read through all of the majors that we offer, but I'm just going to show them to you on the screen. You can take a look at what we offer. Certainly business and engineering are most popular with international students, but we do also have a lot of students who are going into music, who go into political science, so we see all majors. Computer science, biological science, biochemistry, all popular fields with international students. Math. So our average class size is about 20 students. The student-faculty ratio is 13:1. We don't have lecture halls on campus. We don't use teaching assistants. And we think you'll find the learning environment very cohesive to your needs as an international student, especially those of you who English isn't your first language, where a smaller environment is a little easier for you to be successful and understand and follow the conversation clearly, have one-on-one interactions, so that's more conducive to your needs. Okay, so we offer a very affordable education. Let's look at the right-hand side of the screen. You can see it says out-of-state tuition $17,000, and our fees are $3,540, and our health insurance is about $1,500. So total, you're looking about $22,000. If you want to add on housing, we have a couple different options. We have very luxurious housing, brand new facilities that are in townhouses and condos, and those cost about $11,000 if you want to get the meal plan. But we also have, on the lower end, a beautiful colonial home. It's completely renovated. The president of the school used to live there, but now it's an international house. And there's 2 full kitchens. That costs $7,500 annually, and you wouldn't have a meal plan. You would be cooking all together in the kitchen, which is a lot of fun and very festive. It always smells delicious in there. I know a lot of our students that are vegetarian like to have their own kitchen so that they can cook their own food. Of course, there's many vegetarian options in the meal plan, but it's just a personal preference. They might want to make their own Chinese cuisine or Indian cuisine, and then everyone shares, and it's a really cool cultural exchange. So you get to learn not only about American culture, but you get to learn about the cultures of all the folks that live in the international house too, and have those meaningful interactions on a daily basis. So now the real important question is scholarships. What do we offer? Currently our award is about $4,000 to $6,000, but sometimes we do go up to $7,000 as the maximum award. That brings you down to about the cost of in-state tuition. We are looking at a 3.2 for our GPA, and we're looking at SATs, critical reading, and math 1100. However, we have been flexible and we have given scholarships away to folks who had a 1050. Now that, keep in mind, again, that's only critical reading and math, and these scholarships are renewable for 4 years. If you're a transfer student, for 2 or 3 years, the duration of your program. And with transfer students, we don't look at SAT, of course, we just look at 30 transferable credits. And this money is deducted from your tuition expenses. We only issue scholarships during the fall semester, so make a mental note of that. And with us, the early bird gets the worm. So if you apply early and have a completed application and an admissions decision early before our suggested deadline of January 31st, you're more likely to get a scholarship award. Okay, for opportunities at our university, wanted to let you know again, we're a research institution, so that means we have competitive grant awards, we have publications in peer-reviewed journals, there's lots of leadership opportunities through our programs that we offer. We have a career management center, and they can advise you on job and internship placement, career fairs, mock interviews, so you have interview skills before you graduate. And then they can also help you with resumes and cover letters to perfect them and make sure you represent yourself well in those documents. And then they do career workshops, and most importantly, I think one of the most interesting events that they offer is the alumni career mentoring, because then you get to work with our alumni, folks who recently graduated, are working in your field, they had your major, they've done this before you, and so now they have some guidance to share with you, and they might even have a connection to be able to invite you to do an internship or offer you a job with their firm where they're currently employed. So that's a really great way of networking. And in addition to having those kinds of resources through Career Center, the International Center is also going to help you on the immigration side of things if you're interested in taking advantage of the employment benefits available to F1 students. And those are on-campus employment, curricular practical training, and optional practical training. And if you do work on campus, you're allowed to work 20 hours a week while school's in session. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the future growth of Rowan. You can see all these brand new buildings. There's a lot of development everywhere you go, every direction, which is nice for you because you get new facilities everywhere you go. We have Rowan Boulevard. It's a $300 million redevelopment project. It links downtown Glassboro and Rowan, and there's lots of retail shops and restaurants and businesses going in, which makes it fun for the students. We have an SJ Tech Park that stands for South Jersey Tech Park, and that is about a half-mile away from the campus, and it's where they have emerging technology enterprises housed, and then they have their lab space there to do academic research, and then also they have office space. So that's a great place for students to do internships as well. We also have 2 medical programs, an MD and a DO. We're the second university in the country to offer that. So that is rare and makes us unique. And then we have a $117 million grant in state funds to expand our colleges of business and engineering, since they are our largest and most popular programs. Okay, a little bit about housing. We have the International House. I think I told you about that earlier. We also have 8 residence halls, 6 for freshmen. We have upperclassmen dorms as well if you're an older transfer student and want to live with more mature crowd. We have 3 apartment complexes. We have townhouse complex. We have new honors housing. And if you look in the lower right corner, that's the International House. You can see it has that nice big front porch, and great place to live. I love visiting. For student life, we have over 100 clubs and organizations of every kind you could imagine. If we don't have what you're looking for, you can start a club. This happens pretty commonly. It's not that difficult to start a club. For example, a group of our Muslim students, they were all members of International Club, but they also wanted to have their own club, so they started a Muslim Student Association, and it's been a huge success. The president of our university is from the Middle East, which is not that common that you see a U.S. university president coming from the Middle East. So, you know, it was great that we were able to put in a prayer room. We were able to start a Muslim Student Association. We also, of course, have many other ethnic groups that have their own clubs, or you know, maybe it's a club that's based around community service, for example. So there's different themes. There's something for everyone. I particularly like the Outdoors Club because they go hiking, and it's a great way to explore the beauty of this area. We have a student center that hosts daily events. We have several dining options on campus. There's 9 different dining options. We have 200 study abroad programs, so if you want to study abroad and then study abroad again, you can do that. A little crazy, but people do it. We have Greek life. If you've seen in the movies fraternities and sororities and you want to get involved, that's here for you. We have 1,000 computers spread out through 47 different labs. We have PCs and Macs, and then we have a beautiful fitness center. I've taken a few classes over there. They have Zumba, they have hip hop, they have yoga, Tai Chi. They also have an indoor track. They have weight rooms and all the machines. There is 2 swimming pools. It's really beautiful. And they just put in a brand new healthy cafe, so you can get a smoothie or you can get a healthy sandwich. So it's a lot of fun. And then we have our honors program available as well for you. So that's a little bit about what we offer. And then in terms of the International Club, I wanted to go into more detail since that's probably the first club that you'll join. You'll meet all your friends that way. And you know, our club members are a mix of American students, international students, so you'll get exposure to basically everybody on campus who has an international mindset. So here's a quote from our president, Kevin. He's a really great guy, and he said, "The International Club is all about creating fun and connecting people from all over the world. We get the chance to learn from the international students and introduce them to American culture. If you're interested in having interesting conversations about different religions, cultures, traditions, and current events, this is the place to be. Our mission is to create an environment full of fun, comfort, and excitement for all the international and American students at Rowan University." Currently, there's 30 active members. They meet about twice a month. They do cultural sessions and activities. They do parties. They do off-campus trips, community service. Some of their fun annual events that they've done is a holy festival where everybody's throwing paint everywhere, just like in India. We've done big Halloween parties, and we've had International Education Week on campus, World Potluck Cuisine. So those are some of the highlights. You can see some of our international club members sitting on the lawn, relaxing, and I think they're having a picnic or painting. I'm not sure what they're doing. They're smiling though. And then for those of you that are athletes, we are a Division III school, so we offer a lot of different options for men and women, but as Division III, we cannot offer an athletic scholarship, so just our academic merit-based scholarships. We also have 37 intramural sports and 32 club sports offered. We have a really great rugby club sport, and because they don't house them through NCAA, they just are basically guests on our campus. They are Division II through rugby, so that's just a little tidbit of information. Contact me, keep in touch. Here's my phone number, here's my email address. It's internationalapplicants@rowan.edu. If you live in the local area or you're visiting the United States, we always have campus tours Monday through Friday at 11 in the admissions office. We have open houses, which we have tours plus the academic presentation. You get to meet all the faculty. We always have our online chats, probably once a month through College Week Live. So I think the next one will be March 11th. And then we have our video presentations periodically. So keep in touch, and we hope that you'll email us so that we can send you more information. Okay, at this time I'm going to check to see if there's anyone who sent over some questions. You can send me a question and then I can read it and respond to it through the video presentation. So let's take a look. Okay, so I see we have a student who says, I'm 25, I'm a little older. Is it okay if I come to Rowan as an adult student? And that is not a problem. You can certainly come at any age. There's no age restrictions. I have another student who's asked about pre-med medicine. Yes, we do offer that as an undergraduate program. And as far as the application procedure, we did mention that earlier in the presentation. Hopefully you caught it. If you did not, please visit rowan.edu and then follow the admissions link for international admissions and then undergraduate. Once you get on that page, it will have all the application requirements. And something I didn't mention is we do have conditional admission. This is a new program for us, so if you don't meet the pathway requirements for admission, then we would just ask that you are conditionally admitted. But let us know if that's something that interests you so that we can make a note of it. And then as far as merit awards, I see we had a question about that. We did review that in the PowerPoint. Again, just to repeat, we're really looking for a 3.2 or higher GPA for freshmen and transfer. And then we're looking for, if you're a transfer student, 30 transferable credits. If you're a freshman student, we're looking for, I'd say on the SAT, critical reading and math, at least a 1050, up to an 11 and higher. Okay? Let's see if we have anyone else write in questions. This is your opportunity. I'm going to give you a minute, so type me something, even if it just says, hey, I'm typing a question, and then I'll wait so that I can respond. Okay, let's see what you got. Okay, so someone just typed in, what is the course structure for medical? As far as the exact plan, which would list all of the classes you need to take to graduate, that is a link that I would want to send you. So what I would recommend is that you email me at internationalapplicants@rowan.edu, and then I can send you the full spectrum of what you would take for 4 years. I think that makes more sense than for me to walk you through each class that's offered. But obviously, in general, you take your general education requirements, those courses you take in the beginning, your freshman year. As you start to move into sophomore, junior, senior year, you're taking your classes towards your degree program. Hopefully that answered your question momentarily. So you can still see my email up on the screen. I'd be happy to send you more information. Any other questions? It looks like nothing else is coming in, so I'm going to say my goodbyes and wish you well. So again, my name is Melinda, and I will be your personal international undergraduate admissions counselor. So please keep in touch and connect with me through email so that I can continue to help you navigate the admissions process. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye-bye. Peace.